We're back. So when children obey their parents, okay, the Bible says it comes with a promise. It's the first commandment that God gives, and he attaches a promise to it. And what is the promise? The promise is this, okay? Thou may live long on the earth, and it may be well with thee, okay? When children obey their parents, the Bible says, again, you're going to live long on the earth, and it's going to be well with you, okay? And here's the part where Isabella Parris mostly rebuked her mother. And it says this, and ye fathers, which means parents, okay, provoke not your children to wrath, okay, but bring them up in a nurture and admonition. That's the word. And bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Okay, so we're going to read this in a different version because we like update later. We're going to read it into NLV. Let's see what it says. Okay. Oh, and bring them up with discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Okay. Rather, bring them up with discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord. I love that. And Isabella rebuked me sharply. And she says, Mom, you provoke us to anger. And we talked about it, right? We talked about how I provoke them to anger. And so we looked it up. Like, what are some examples of how you provoke your children to anger? And what did we find? Oh, yes. Number one was when we compare the children to their siblings, it provokes them to anger. And I don't know if I compare them. I just give them examples. But to them, they hear it's a comparison. But to me, it's like, do you see how your siblings your older sisters are doing? Right? Don't I say that a lot? What else do I say? What else do I say about your older siblings where you think that I'm comparing them to you?
They never act like this. Yeah.
Oh, they don't act like this. Okay, what else?
Never had to deal with this.
I never had to deal with this with the other children. All these things are not lies, right? All these things that I say that they feel like I compare them with their older siblings, they're not lies. It's the truth. But to them, I provoke them to anger by comparing them to their siblings. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to pretend like I didn't have any three children before y'all. That's what you want me to do? Bella says yes. So I'm going to pretend like I didn't raise 3 other children that are amazing humans, that I don't have examples to show y'all. I'm not going to do that anymore. No. But I'm going to find another strategy so not to provoke y'all that way. What else? How else do I provoke y'all to anger? I'm trying to think what else. What did we talk about? There were some other things we said. What were they? Some other examples.
Telling your child to stop crying. Telling your child to stop crying.
Oh, yes. Not validating their emotions. I do that. Yep. I do that because Isabella especially, she's very emotional. And Isabella want to start crying every 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Isabella's crying. Okay, so I was like, stop crying. So I guess that provokes her, makes you cry more. I don't know. But it provokes them to anger. So the Bible is clear, okay, that children should obey their parents because, this is the part that I missed on this part. It says, children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord. That's why you should obey your parents. You shouldn't obey us because we're telling you what to do. It's a reverence to God, okay? You're obeying us because it's a reverence to God. I think I had a conversation with my covenants about this, like about obeying what the rules that we put in place. It's really about, okay, I want to obey my parents because it honors God. And it's right here. Children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord, all right? Because it's pleasing to God when you obey us. Because the things that we put in place, right, it's not to hurt y'all, it's to help you, right? So if you keep in mind that, okay, I'm going to obey my parents because I want to honor God, because I belong to the Lord, the Bible says, this is the right thing to do. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise. If you honor your father and mother, things will go well with you. So God says, you know what? I know sometimes it's hard for y'all to obey these humans. I get it. But do it because you belong to me. And then if you do it, I got a promise for you. So simple, right? I have a promise for you. You will live a long life, the Bible says. Y'all want to live a long life? Obey. Just obey the rules, right? You will live a long life on this earth. And things will go well for you. He gives you two promises, yo. He says you will live a long life and things will go well with you on this earth. And then it rebukes us. It reminds us as parents. Parents, don't provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with discipline. I can talk about this forever. Discipline means consistency. When I think about discipline, I think about consistency. Because a lot of parents, you would discipline your children or you give them, some type of punishment, but it's not consistent, right? And it says, bring them up with discipline and instruction that comes, I feel that rebuking me, that comes from the Lord, which means, we can't just create some ridiculous discipline for them. You have to pray about this thing, okay? You have to talk to the Lord about this. Okay, look, God, like I literally had to do that the other day with my son. I had to go to God and say, God, you have to give me a different strategy with this one, right? I've not raised boys before. This is my first boy. Give me give me the way to discipline him. And he did. So good. All right, y'all. So that's the word today for Ephesians 6, 1 through 4.